Welcome to episode 4 of Quirkiest Pro Facts about English. We really hope you like our work, so please keep those likes and comments coming and smash the subscribe and bell icons to have YouTube notify you when new stuff drops on our channel. With that in the bag, here are some of the quirkiest quirky things about the English language. Number 1. The word triskaidekaphobia means fear of the number 13, while hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia means fear of long words. English is one of those languages that are full of interesting and unique words that express different meanings and convey different emotions. And some of these words are particularly unusual and often describe unusual or specific concepts. Two such examples are triskaidekaphobia and hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia. Yep. While these words may be difficult to pronounce, they both have interesting meanings and even provide a charming insight into human fears and anxieties. The word triskaidekaphobia comes from the Greek words tris meaning 3, kai meaning and, deka meaning 10, and phobia meaning fear. And this word describes an irrational fear of the number 13. This phobia is often associated with superstitions, and many people believe that the number 13 is unlucky. In fact, there are many cultures that consider the number 13 to be unlucky or associated with bad luck, and it is often omitted in building design or in labeling products. In fact, many hotels don't have a floor 13, so you can see why the 13th floor in the Trump Tower and International Hotel in Chicago, for example, is in fact the building's mezzanine floor. This fear of the number 13 has been around for centuries, and it has been associated with a range of negative events and occurrences. For example, many people believe that the Last Supper of Jesus Christ had 13 participants, which led to the belief that the number 13 is unlucky. Similarly, some people believe that if you have 13 letters in your name, you are cursed. These beliefs have contributed to the development of triskaidekaphobia and have made it a well-known phobia. On the other hand, hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia is a term that describes an irrational fear of long words. It is a combination of several Greek and Latin words, including hippopotamus meaning horse, monstrum meaning monster, sesquipedalian meaning long words, and phobia meaning fear. The word sesquipedalian comes from the Latin sesquipedalis, literally a foot and a half long, which has as one of its roots the Sanskrit word pad meaning foot. So the word sesquipedalian, which means a very long word, is a sesquipedalian itself. And this sense of irony is only exaggerated in hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia, which is a long word that means fear of long words. By the way, the fear of long words is not uncommon, and many people experience anxiety or discomfort when confronted with words that are difficult to pronounce or understand. This fear can be attributed to a range of factors, including past experiences with difficult words, social anxiety, or a general lack of confidence in one's language abilities. To conclude, triskaidekaphobia and hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia are but only two examples of how languages like English are full of unique and interesting words that express different emotions and ideas. And while these words may be difficult to pronounce, they both have fascinating meanings that provide insight into human fears and anxieties. Because whether it's a fear of the number 13 or a fear of long words, these words remind us of the complexity of human psychology and the power of language to express our deepest fears and anxieties. Number 2, if you rearrange the letters in listen, you get silent. And if you rearrange the letters in funeral, you get real fun. The English language is full of quirks and surprises, and one of the most fascinating things about it is the way words can be rearranged to create new meanings. Two examples of this are the words listen and funeral. When you rearrange the letters in listen, you get silent, which is the opposite of the original word. Similarly, when you rearrange the letters in funeral, you get real fun, which conveys a completely different meaning. And the fact that you can create a new word by rearranging the letters of an existing word is just another example of the flexibility and versatility of the English language. It is also a reminder that language is constantly evolving and that words can take on new meanings and connotations over time. For example, the word listen is a verb that means to pay attention to someone or something. It is a fundamental part of effective communication as it allows us to understand and respond to the ideas and perspectives of others. But when you rearrange the letters in listen to create silent, you get a word that means the opposite of listening. Although silence can also be a powerful tool for communication, as it can convey a range of emotions and ideas without the need for words, and it can also be a sign of disinterest or disengagement, which is why it is important to balance listening and speaking in any conversation. Similarly, the word funeral is a noun that refers to a ceremony or service held to honor and remember someone who has died. It is a solemn occasion that is often accompanied by rituals and traditions such as eulogies, prayers, and the laying of flowers. But when you rearrange the letters in funeral to create real fun, you get a phrase that is the complete opposite of the original meaning. Real fun implies a sense of enjoyment, excitement, and adventure. It suggests that life should be lived to the fullest and that every moment should be savored and celebrated. So while the transformation of funeral into real fun may seem light-hearted or even irreverent, it is also a reminder of the power of perspective. Every experience, no matter how difficult or challenging, can be reframed in a positive light if we choose to see it that way. This is not to say that we should ignore or downplay the pain and sadness of loss, but rather that we should strive to find joy and meaning in every moment of our lives. So to put it all together, the rearrangement of letters in listen and funeral are simple but powerful examples of the creative potential of language. It reminds us that words can be transformed and reimagined, and that the meanings we assign to them are often a matter of perspective. And whether we are listening attentively to others or finding joy and meaning in every moment of our lives, the words we use to describe our experiences have the power to shape our perceptions and our reality. And number 3, the word bookkeeper is the only word in the English language with 3 consecutive double letters. Yep, the English language is full of interesting words and phrases that contain unique features such as alliteration, homophones, and palindromes. And one such example is the word bookkeeper, which is the only word in the English language with 3 consecutive double letters. This word is often cited as a fun fact or trivia question, but it also demonstrates the diversity and flexibility of English. The word bookkeeper is an example of a compound word which is formed by combining 2 or more words to create a new word with a different meaning. In this case, book and keeper are combined to create a word that refers to someone who maintains financial records or accounts. And the consecutive double letters in bookkeeper are the letters O, K, and E, which create a unique pattern that is not found in any other English word. But while bookkeeper is the only English word with 3 consecutive double letters, there are other examples of words with consecutive double letters. For example, bookkeeping is another word in the same family that contains 2 sets of consecutive double letters, double K and double E. But, and here's where you really have your mind blown, the word bookkeeperess contains 4 sets of consecutive double letters, OO, KK, EE, and SS, making it even more unique than bookkeeper. Other examples of words with consecutive double letters include deer reeve, which is an archaic term for a local official responsible for overseeing the hunting of deer in a given area, and sweet-toothed, which describes someone who has a strong preference for sweet foods. Additionally, there are several scientific and technical terms that contain consecutive double letters, such as nanocytosis, which refers to the presence of cysts in aquatic organisms, and suddennesses, which describes the occurrence of sudden events. But as we already know, the English language is full of interesting and unique words, and the word bookkeeper is just one example of its many quirks and complexities. And while it may seem like a small and insignificant detail, the fact that bookkeeper is the only English word with 3 consecutive double letters is a testament to the intricacies and nuances a language can present us with. By exploring and appreciating these nuances, we can gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of the rich diversity of human communication. That's the end of this episode, guys. But while you're here, why not check out one of our other videos? Here's one fresh from the oven. Thank you.